This is One Broke Gamer Girl, and this is my review of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, a Telltale series, Episode 3, More Than a Feeling, for the PlayStation 4. After last episode's cliffhanger of an ending, I was super happy that the third episode was released right around the time that I was actually playing because I was able to jump in and see what was going to happen. There were a lot of unanswered questions, and I wanted to see how the game was going to handle it. I didn't think that I would actually be enjoying this series all that much, but it's slowly growing on me. Anyway, on to the review. Picking up right where episode 2 left off, Peter and Gamora have entered the temple that the Eternity Forge is pointing them to. Peter thinks, or you can make him think, that he'll find his dead mother there, and while he's there you'll get a sneak peek into one more memory of his mother. While Peter is going through his own little trippy event, so will Gamora as she remembers what happened between her and Nebula when they were tasked to kill Tar-Val. You'll see how Nebula betrays Gamora, but it's not what it seems. When both Peter and Gamora wake up from their little trip, they finally find what the Eternity Forge has been leading them to. It's not Peter's mother, but instead it's Mantis. Mantis has been the one who was sending Peter the vision, apologizing for acting like his mother. She refers to Peter as the Celestial One because he's the one who's supposed to hold on to the Forge, which has the power to bring people back to life. It's going to be up to Peter, though, if he wants to use the Eternity Forge, which will cost him another life, or if he's going to destroy it. Although this episode was a little on the short side, much shorter than the other episodes, it was probably the best one to date. Bringing Mantis aboard the ship will cause some problems as she can read people's feelings and emotions, and there are a lot of these among the Guardians. Peter has to clear all of this up before Mantis can lead him to yet another temple and decide what to do with the Forge. The team is split when it comes to what to actually do with the Forge, and no matter what Peter does, someone is going to be pissed at him. You'll have to make another hard decision at the end, leaving this episode in another cliffhanger. I have to say that the playability of this episode went a little downhill, as the loading time seemed to take a little bit longer than they have been, and at times it felt like the game was going to stall. This isn't good, and hopefully the next two episodes don't follow the same pattern. On that same note, Telltale nailed it with the QuickTime events during the action sequence, as you get to utilize all of the Guardians during the big action sequence, and it really pays off, and proves to be an exciting part of the episode. Other than that, this game was bug and glitch free. The graphics for this episode are still a little cringeworthy for me, and I'm really not digging them. I know I said this before, and I'm positive they won't be changing for the final two episodes, but it is kind of a hindrance on the game. It's like something that's always in the back of my mind no matter how hard I try to concentrate on the story of each episode. As with the previous two episodes, if you finish this episode, you'll be 6 trophies closer to getting the platinum for this game. As always, just play the episode how you want, and the trophies will pop naturally, letting you concentrate on the story itself instead of worrying about getting trophies. Another multiplayer free game, unless you choose to play with other people using the crowd play feature. Still have no idea how this works, and if you use it, feel free to drop me a line in the comments section and let me know what you think about it. Overall, I give this episode a 4 out of 5. Here's what's great about it. Having to solve the emotional problems between the Guardians, it's fun having to go back and forth as Peter to see how you can help each member of your team. Also, the action sequences and how they play out are really making each episode and are fun and exciting when they play out. Here's what's not so great about it. It's a short episode that felt a little bit rushed when there are still 2 more episodes. This episode could have been a little more fleshed out. Also, the graphics are still a bit of a hindrance since they didn't match up with the game. This episode ends on another cliffhanger, which is a little frustrating because who knows when the 4th episode will be released. It could be next month, it could be in 2 months, you don't know, and that's a little frustrating, especially with the cliffhanger ending. I would say if you're like me and cliffhanger endings frustrate you, if you can't play the next episode, to hold off on getting this game since it seems like every ending is a cliffhanger and it's reached that point where there are no more episodes. If you don't mind the cliffhanger endings and want to experience the game, then go ahead and pick this one up as it seems to get more and more interesting with each episode.